You know, Helen just found a whole section of wonderful evaporated milk recipes in the current issue of Better Homes and Gardens.
Jelly cranberry sauce that is sure to be your new favorite. Today we are going to revisit a...
Do you remember grocery shopping in the 1940s? A time when shelves were lined with powdered eggs, pickled pig's feet, and wartime rations that shaped how families cooked and survived. Step back with me to explore the strange, forgotten foods of that era and the hidden stories behind why they vanished. Spam. Spam, the iconic canned meat that dominated pantries in the 1940s.
I'm back with Spam. Now, I made some Spam hash with eggs that I really like.
Picture opening a tin, the salty aroma filling the kitchen, ready to be fried, baked, or even turned into a comforting luncheon dish. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families relied on it during rationing and wartime shortages, a versatile protein that could appear in breakfast, lunch, or dinner. For families, it was just normal life, but today it feels strange. Its smooth, pale pink slices were practical, shelf-stable, and instantly recognizable, making it a trusted kitchen staple. Yet, as fresh meats became widely available and culinary tastes evolved, Spam gradually faded from everyday use. The charm was obvious, but so were the problems. Behind the style was a hidden story about the decade itself. Even now, its memory evokes resilience, creativity, and a distinctly 1940s pantry nostalgia. Canned roast beef. Canned roast beef, a trusted staple that promised a quick, hearty meal when fresh meat was scarce.
Canned roast beef? What is it like? Is it any good? Should it be a...
Picture popping open the metal can, the rich, savory aroma filling the kitchen, and spooning thick slices onto a plate or sandwich. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. During wartime and rationing, families counted on its convenience, reliability, and long shelf life, pairing it with mashed potatoes, gravy, or hearty bread. For families, it was just normal life. But today it feels strange. Its firm texture and slightly metallic taste now seem unusual. Yet back then, it was a prized pantry essential. And if you think canned roast beef is curious, the next pantry item takes convenience to an entirely new and stranger level. Evaporated milk. Evaporated milk, the creamy, shelf-stable marvel that transformed kitchens in the 1940s.
Carnation evaporated milk as a convenient, nutritious ingredient.
Imagine opening the can, its slightly sweet, rich aroma rising as you pour it into coffee, mashed potatoes, or baked desserts. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. During rationing and limited fresh dairy, families relied on its long shelf life and versatility, turning ordinary meals into comforting, creamy dishes. For families, it was just normal life, but today it feels strange. Its subtle, cooked flavor now feels unusual to modern palates. Yet it was a quiet hero in countless recipes. And just when you think milk couldn't get more surprising, the next pantry item brings a salty, protein-packed twist that might make you do a double take. Powdered eggs. Powdered eggs. A kitchen innovation born of wartime necessity, designed to last without refrigeration.
Powdered eggs, and I know the shelf life on these is around 10 years, so...
Picture adding a spoonful of fine, pale powder to water, watching it transform into scrambled eggs with a surprisingly familiar aroma. It was more than decoration, it was a statement of the time. Families turned to it when fresh eggs were scarce. Baking cakes, frying breakfast, or fortifying soups with this practical protein. For families, it was just normal life. But today, it feels strange. Its slightly chalky texture and subtle taste now feel odd. Yet it was a lifesaver in pantries across the nation. And just when you think you've seen kitchen ingenuity at its peak, the following item brings a tangy, pickled surprise that challenges everything you thought you knew about 1940s groceries. OXO cubes. OXO cubes. Tiny blocks of concentrated beef flavor that promise to turn any bland dish into a hearty meal. Imagine unwrapping a small, brown cube, the savory scent hitting your senses as it dissolved into boiling water, transforming soups, stews, and gravies with rich, comforting taste. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. During wartime shortages, families relied on them to stretch limited ingredients while keeping meals flavorful. For families, it was just normal life. But today it feels strange. Their compact convenience and intense flavor made them a staple, though modern cooks might raise an eyebrow at such concentrated seasoning. And just when you think convenience couldn't get more curious, the next item delivers a sweet, wobbly surprise that would delight and puzzle kitchens alike. Jellied cranberry sauce. Imagine a shiny ruby red cylinder wobbling on a holiday plate, sliced neatly to reveal its smooth, translucent interior. That was jellied cranberry sauce in the 1940s kitchens.
A simpler way to get the jellied cranberry sauce out of the can in one piece.
It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Sweet, tart, and oddly firm, it was the centerpiece of festive dinners, glinting in candlelight while families passed platters of turkey and potatoes. For families, it was just normal life, but today it feels strange. Its gelatinous texture might seem peculiar now, yet back then it symbolized creativity, convenience, and elegance in one dish. And while this holiday classic held the table's attention, the next pantry item surprises with a smoky, briny twist that most modern shoppers would hardly expect. Fruit cocktail in heavy syrup. Step into a 1940s pantry and you'd find a can of fruit cocktail glistening under the kitchen light, each colorful piece suspended in thick, sweet syrup.
Fruit cocktail salad, a staple at every one of my Thanksgiving dinners.
It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Slices of pear, peach, grape, and cherry offered a convenient, ready-to-serve treat that could appear in desserts, salads, or even as a sweet accompaniment to savory dishes. For families, it was just normal life, but today it feels strange. Its glossy, syrupy texture and uniform chunks might seem unusual now, yet back then it represented both innovation and indulgence, a way to enjoy fruit year-round. And as sugary as it was, the next item waiting in the pantry surprises with a salty, protein-packed punch that challenges everything you thought you knew about 1940s kitchens. Canned salmon.
My clean and delicious salmon salad using canned salmon.
Imagine lifting a can of salmon from a pantry shelf, the metallic scent mingling with hints of brine, promising a quick, protein-rich meal that could be transformed into patties, salads, or casseroles. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. During the 1940s, fresh fish wasn't always easy to find, and canned salmon offered a dependable, long-lasting alternative that brought the taste of the sea into countless homes. For families, it was just normal life. But today it feels strange. Its texture and pink-orange hue might seem unusual now, yet it was a trusted kitchen companion. And just when you think preserved fish couldn't get any more practical, the next item in the pantry adds a soft, savory twist that modern cooks rarely encounter. Potted meat.
This is from Dollar Tree. It's the Armour potted meat, America's favorite.
Potted meat, a small tin hiding a soft, savory paste that could be spread on crackers, bread, or toast. Imagine opening it, the rich, salty aroma filling the kitchen, promising a quick protein boost for any meal. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. During the 1940s, when refrigeration was limited, families relied on its long shelf life and convenience, transforming a humble tin into sandwiches, snacks, or emergency rations. For families, it was just normal life, but today it feels strange. Its concentrated flavor and smooth texture might puzzle modern palates, yet it was a clever solution for busy households. And as unusual as it seems today, its presence hints at the inventive and sometimes quirky ways 1940s kitchens made the most of limited ingredients. Mock duck, a curious canned creation designed to imitate the taste and texture of real duck. Imagine slicing into the dark, fibrous pieces, the savory aroma hinting at a dinner that was both convenient and inventive. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. During the 1940s, when fresh poultry was expensive or scarce, families turned to this clever substitute, simmering it in sauces or pairing it with vegetables for a hearty meal. For families, it was just normal life, but today it feels strange. Its unusual texture and flavor might surprise modern diners, yet it was celebrated for stretching meals while maintaining a sense of sophistication. Even in a simple pantry, discoveries like this reveal the resourcefulness and imagination that defined 1940s kitchens. Gelatin salad mixes. Gelatin salad mixes, tiny, sparkling packets, hiding the promise of a playful, colorful dish that could steal the spotlight at any table.
Today I'm going to show you how to make a molded strawberry pineapple jello salad.
It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families poured the powder into hot water, stirred until it melted into a smooth liquid, then chilled it into wobbling cubes, molded shapes, or layered creations. For families, it was just normal life. But today it feels strange, often mixed with fruit, vegetables, or even bits of meat. These gelatin salads transformed ordinary meals into conversation starters. Their firm, jiggly texture might surprise modern diners, yet they reflected the 1940s love of innovation, flair, and practicality in the kitchen. Stick around, because the next pantry treasure is about to challenge everything you thought you knew about preserved sweets. Chipped beef. Chipped beef, thin, salted slices that were often fried in butter or creamed into a rich, savory sauce. Picture spooning it over toast, the salty aroma filling the kitchen and promising a quick, hearty breakfast. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families loved its convenience and long shelf life, turning it into a reliable meal for busy mornings or after-school snacks. For families, it was just normal life. But today, it feels strange. Its firm, chewy texture and intense flavor might seem unusual now, yet it held a place in countless homes. And just when you think you've seen the quirkiest ways to enjoy meat, the next pantry find will completely challenge what you thought could ever be eaten for breakfast. Tangy tomato aspic. Tangy tomato aspic, a firm, savory jelly made from concentrated tomato juice, often molded with vegetables or hard-boiled eggs suspended inside.
Today I'm gonna make something kinda wild. Tomato aspic.
Picture slicing through its glistening, crimson surface, the sharp, vinegary scent hinting at a flavor both bold and unusual. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families would served it as an appetizer or side dish, appreciating its convenience, long shelf life, and the dramatic presentation it brought to the table. For families, it was just normal life. But today it feels strange. Its wobbling texture and tangy punch might seem odd now, yet it was considered elegant and inventive. And just when you think gelatin couldn't surprise you further, the next item takes a familiar staple and turns it into something unexpectedly sweet. Canned corned beef. Canned corned beef, a dense, salty block of preserved meat that could be sliced, fried, or shredded into hash. Imagine opening the metal tin, the sharp, savory aroma filling the kitchen, hinting at a meal that was quick, hearty, and reliable. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families leaned on it during rationing or busy days, creating breakfasts, sandwiches, and savory dinners with minimal effort. For families, it was just normal life. But today, it feels strange. Its firm texture and rich flavor might surprise modern taste buds, yet it was a pantry hero for countless households. And as strange as it may seem now, the way it was used in creative recipes might make you rethink what canned meat could actually become. Lard. Lard, a staple fat in 1940s kitchens used for frying, baking, and adding richness to countless recipes.
Lard. For years it's been the bad boy of British baking.
Imagine scooping its creamy, pale texture into a pie crust, or sizzling it in a skillet, the subtle aroma signaling a golden, flavorful result. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families relied on its versatility and long shelf life, transforming ordinary ingredients into indulgent, hearty meals. For families, it was just normal life. But today, it feels strange. Its smooth texture and strong culinary presence might feel unusual now, yet it was essential in both everyday cooking and special holiday feasts. And just when you think fats couldn't surprise the senses, a pantry secret arrives that turns ordinary flavor into something unexpectedly sweet. Butterine, oleomargarine. Imagine unwrapping a bright yellow block that promised all the richness of butter without actually being butter. That was butterine, or oleomargarine. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families spread it on toast, melted it into sauces, or used it in baking, appreciating its affordability and long shelf life. For families, it was just normal life, but today it feels strange. Its creamy texture and slightly artificial flavor might seem odd now, yet it was a clever solution for kitchens managing rationed butter or tight budgets. And just when you think you've mastered the art of substitutes, a surprising pantry innovation appears that turns ordinary meals into a slightly sweet, unforgettable treat. Prune juice concentrate. Think of a dark, syrupy liquid tucked in a pantry, thick and intensely sweet, promising more than just a drink. That was prune juice concentrate.
Amazing prune juice can help you feel your best. Let's take a look.
It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families relied on it for its concentrated flavor, mixing it with water for a refreshing beverage, or incorporating it into desserts and baked goods. For families, it was just normal life. But today it feels strange. Its tart sweet punch and sticky texture might surprise modern taste buds, yet it was prized for convenience, shelf life, and a quick energy boost. And as unusual as it seems now, the next discovery shows just how inventive kitchens could be when turning unexpected ingredients into memorable, flavorful creations. Tomato paste tubes. Picture a small, squeezable tube of deep red tomato paste. Its concentrated aroma promising instant flavor in sauces, soups, and stews. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. During the 1940s, these tubes allowed families to store and use tomato paste without opening a heavy can, saving space and extending shelf life. For families, it was just normal life. But today it feels strange. Squeezing out the thick, vibrant paste was oddly satisfying, turning everyday dishes into rich, hearty meals with minimal effort. Its intense, slightly tangy taste might seem unusual now, yet it was a clever kitchen innovation. And just when you think you've seen all the creative ways to preserve flavor, another unexpected pantry marvel appears that challenges even the most practical cooking habits. Cod liver oil. Imagine a small, amber bottle filled with thick, golden liquid. Its sharp, fishy aroma warning of both health benefits and a challenging taste. That was cod liver oil. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families gave it to children and adults alike, hoping to boost vitamins, strengthen bones, and ward off illnesses during an era when nutrition guidance was limited. For families, it was just normal life. But today it feels strange. Its oily texture and potent flavor might make modern palates wince, yet it was a trusted daily ritual. And as odd as it seems now, this unusual elixir hints at the surprising ways households once balanced convenience, health, and tradition in the kitchen. Saccharin sweetener. Imagine a tiny crystalline powder, promising the taste of sugar without the calories. That was saccharin, a sweetener that revolutionized kitchens and tea tables alike. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. During the 1940s, when sugar was rationed or scarce, households turned to saccharin to sweeten coffee, tea, desserts, and even baked goods, offering a practical alternative without sacrificing flavor. For families, it was just normal life. But today it feels strange. Its slightly bitter aftertaste might surprise modern taste buds, yet it was embraced as a clever solution in both daily cooking and festive treats. And just when you think sweetness couldn't get any more surprising, a pantry innovation arrives that transforms ordinary drinks and snacks into something unexpectedly tangy and bold. Grape nut cereal. Crunchy, tiny nuggets packed with nutty, slightly sweet flavor filled bowls across countless 1940s breakfasts. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families poured milk over the dense, hard cereal, enjoying a hearty start to the day that promised energy and sustenance. For families, it was just normal life, but today it feels strange. Its dense texture and subtle taste might feel unusual to modern palates, yet it was cherished for practicality, longevity, and a filling morning meal. And while it seems simple at first glance, the way this humble cereal transformed ordinary bowls into a sustaining ritual hints at the clever, sometimes surprising choices that defined pantries of the past. Wartime ration candies. Tiny, individually wrapped sweets offered a rare moment of joy during rationing, their bright colors and sugary aroma standing out against the backdrop of restricted ingredients. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families treasured these candies, saving them for special occasions or slipping them to children as a treat after school. For families, it was just normal life. But today it feels strange. Their textures ranged from hard, glossy shells to chewy centers, and the flavors, simple yet satisfying, were often boosted with clever substitutions due to shortages. What seems like a small indulgence today was a prized luxury back then. And while these ration treats brought smiles, the next pantry surprise carries a bold, savory twist that turns ordinary meals into something unexpectedly hearty.
Pickled pig's feet.
Glancing at a jar of pickled pig's feet, you'd see pale, briny shapes suspended in vinegar, promising a flavor both tangy and intense. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families relied on these preserved delicacies for protein, slow-cooked into stews or served cold with mustard, turning an unusual cut of meat into a savory treat. For families, it was just normal life, but today it feels strange. Its gelatinous texture and strong taste might surprise modern palates, yet it was a practical, shelf-stable solution when fresh meat was expensive or scarce. And while it demanded a bold appetite, the next pantry marvel introduces a sweet, sticky delight that would instantly transform everyday desserts into something truly memorable.
Mincemeat pies.
Golden, flaky pastries filled with a rich, spiced mixture of dried fruits, suet, and sugar were a holiday staple in many homes. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families would gather around the kitchen, the scent of cinnamon, nutmeg, and cloves filling the air as these small pies baked to perfection. For families, it was just normal life, but today it feels strange. Their tender crusts and sweet, slightly savory filling might seem unusual now, yet they offered a comforting, festive treat that required minimal fuss, but delivered maximum flavor. And while these pies delighted mouths and lifted spirits, a pantry secret awaits that turns a simple canned staple into a surprisingly versatile and savory centerpiece, proving that innovation often hid in plain sight.
Chow chow relish.
A jar of chow chow relish bursts with color, tiny pickles, peppers, and onions, suspended in tangy vinegar, a crunchy, sweet and sour surprise waiting for the table. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families spooned it onto sandwiches, hot dogs, and meat dishes, adding an unexpected punch to otherwise simple meals. For families, it was just normal life. But today, it feels strange. Its bold flavor and crisp texture might startle modern taste buds, yet it was celebrated for its ability to transform modest dinners into lively, flavorful experiences. And just when you think condiments can't be exciting, the next pantry curiosity delivers a smoky, meaty richness that challenges everything you thought you knew about preserved foods. Sauerbraten mix. A small packet of sauerbraten mix held the promise of a hearty, tangy roast without the fuss of crafting a complex marinade from scratch. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families sprinkled it over beef, combining spices, vinegar, and sugar to recreate a classic German dish in their own kitchens. For families, it was just normal life, but today it feels strange. Its aromatic blend of cloves, peppercorns, and ginger might seem unusual now, yet it provided an instant shortcut to bold, comforting flavors during busy weekdays or special occasions. And while this little packet transformed simple beef into a centerpiece, a surprisingly sweet pantry innovation is waiting to challenge your assumptions about what dessert ingredients could really do. Fruit-flavored gelatin cubes. Vibrant cubes of fruit-flavored gelatin wobbled in bowls, catching the light with a playful shimmer that promised both sweetness and fun. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families served them as snacks, desserts, or part of elaborate molded salads, enjoying the simple pleasure of a colorful, jiggly treat. For families, it was just normal life, but today it feels strange. Their firm yet delicate texture and bright fruity taste might feel odd to modern palates, yet they were a favorite for parties and family gatherings alike. And just when you think gelatin couldn't surprise, a pantry item emerges that turns an ordinary staple into a smoky, savory ingredient, proving kitchens were full of unexpected tricks. Dried, powdered milk tablets. Small, chalky tablets promise the convenience of milk anywhere, anytime, without the need for refrigeration. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families dissolved them in water to make instant milk for cooking, baking, or a quick drink, relying on their long shelf life during rationing or travel. For families, it was just normal life, but today it feels strange. Their slightly sweet, powdery taste might feel unusual to modern tastes, yet they were a clever solution for kitchens managing shortages. and storage challenges. And just when you think milk can only be fresh or canned, another surprising pantry find transforms an ordinary ingredient into a bold, savory flavor that could completely redefine a meal. Maple sugar slabs. Hard amber slabs of pure maple sugar sat in jars or wrapped in waxed paper, offering a rustic sweetness unlike anything else in the pantry. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families grated or shaved them into hot cereals, stirred them into sauces, or nibbled small pieces as a treat, enjoying the rich, caramel-like flavor that carried a hint of the forest. For families, it was just normal life. But today it feels strange. Their dense texture and intense sweetness might surprise modern palates, yet they were prized for portability, long shelf life, and natural richness. And while this simple slab added a touch of indulgence, the next pantry item takes an ordinary ingredient and transforms it into a tangy, unexpected sensation that surprises every sense. Canned sweetbreads. Glossy, preserved sweetbreads rested in a tin, their soft, delicate texture promising a rich, luxurious taste for adventurous palates. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families used them in sauces, sautés, or elegant dishes, savoring the tender morsels that added a touch of sophistication to home cooking. For families, it was just normal life, but today it feels strange. Their mild flavor and unusual origin might surprise modern eaters. Yet, they were celebrated for convenience and the ability to transform a modest meal into something impressive. And just when you think canned foods couldn't feel indulgent, the next pantry curiosity offers a sticky, sweet twist that turns simple desserts into a conversation-starting centerpiece. Molasses taffy bars. Dark, chewy bars of molasses taffy promised a sticky sweetness that clung to fingers and teeth alike. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families unwrapped them as a treat between meals or after school, savoring the rich, robust flavor that balanced deep sweetness with a hint of spice. For families, it was just normal life. But today, it feels strange. Their dense texture and strong taste might surprise modern palates, yet they were a beloved indulgence, offering comfort and energy during long days. And while these taffy bars were a simple pleasure, the next pantry surprise hides an entirely unexpected combination of tang, spice, and shelf-stable ingenuity that could turn ordinary dishes into a small culinary adventure. Hominy. Pale, plump kernels of hominy, soaked and processed from dried corn, offered a hearty base for soups, stews, and casseroles. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families stirred it into chili or boiled it into a porridge, enjoying its chewy texture and subtly nutty flavor as a filling, reliable staple. For families, it was just normal life. But today it feels strange. Its coarse, robust bite might surprise modern palates, yet it was valued for its versatility, long shelf life, and ability to stretch meals for hungry households. And just when you think corn has given all it can, the next pantry marvel delivers a sweet, sticky surprise that transforms ordinary ingredients into something unexpectedly indulgent. Canned asparagus tips. Tender, pale green asparagus tips rested in their tin, ready to bring a touch of elegance to everyday meals. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families served them with butter, in salads, or alongside roasted meats, appreciating the convenience of having a fresh-tasting vegetable year-round. For families, it was just normal life. But today it feels strange. Their delicate texture and slightly earthy flavor might feel unusual to modern diners, yet they were a prized pantry staple for quick, sophisticated dishes. And while these preserved spears added a hint of refinement to plates, the next item offers a surprising, chewy, sweet sensation that transforms ordinary desserts into an entirely unexpected treat, proving innovation often hid in plain sight. Don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating glimpses into forgotten kitchen treasures. Glossy, ruby red cherries glistened in sweet syrup, each one a tiny jewel waiting to brighten desserts and cocktails alike. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families used them to top cakes, adorn ice cream sundaes, or stir into punches, delighting in their vivid color and sugary bite. For families, it was just normal life. But today it feels strange. Their firm, candied texture and intensely sweet flavor might seem odd to modern palates, Yet they were cherished for instant cheer and flair at any gathering. And just when you think a simple fruit couldn't captivate, the next pantry marvel surprises with a smoky, savory twist, showing how even ordinary staples could transform everyday meals into something extraordinary. Jelly powder packets. Bright, shimmering packets of powdered jelly promised a quick burst of color and sweetness at any table. It was more than decoration. It was a statement of the time. Families dissolved the fine powder in hot water, chilled it, and watched as it set into wobbly, translucent molds, perfect for desserts, salads, or party treats. For families, it was just normal life. But today it feels strange. Its jiggly texture and fruity flavor might surprise modern palates. Yet it was a beloved shortcut for creating festive, playful dishes in an era of rationing and convenience. And as this final pantry item shows, even the simplest powder could transform ordinary water into a spectacle of color, flavor, and fun, leaving a lasting mark on kitchens and memories alike. And as we close this journey through curious 1940s pantry wonders, don't forget to subscribe for more surprising glimpses into the flavors and stories of the past.